Beluga, 1,500 kilograms. That's the normal weight of this fish. But people don't let the giant mature 1.5 tons of power and thousands of centuries of greatness. Beluga was the largest freshwater fish in the world. To catch the river queen, you need at least 10 fishermen and a tractor. Just 100 years ago, these giants swam freely along the rivers of Russia and steadily supplied people with the most expensive black caviar. And today, you can't find them during the day with fire. What happened to them? Where did our giants go? Beluga is the heir to one of the oldest families of fish, sturgeon. They appeared on the planet more than 200 million years ago. Sturgeon personally saw the dawn and sunset of dinosaurs, observed mammoths, and today they stare at us. Specifically, belugas, as a species, separated from the family about 34 million years ago. Their history is directly connected with the mysterious and now disappeared Paratethys Sea, one of the largest seas in the history of the Earth. It stretched from Paris to the Kazakh steppes and in its best years reached a depth of more than 1,000 meters. The appearance of the beluga corresponds to the title of living fossil. Bone plates instead of scales. A dull look, having known the infinite eternal. And, of course, the size. A big sea, a big fish. According to modern data, the largest caught kingfish reached 7.2 meters in length and weighed over 1,500 kilograms. But, most likely, even larger specimens were found earlier. Belugas fattened up in the sea, near the coast, and in the mouths of rivers. Once every few years, they rose to the sources to spawn. By the way, the fish's maternity hospitals have remained the same since then. Today, as millions of years ago, they swim into the Don, Dnieper, Ural, Volga, and some other large rivers to reproduce. About 12 million years ago, the Paratethys began to shrink. Today, only small puddles remain, the Caspian, Black, Azov, and Aral seas. Thousands of unique creatures disappeared along with the ancient sea. But the belugas survived. Moreover, they occupied the niche of the main predators of the remaining reservoirs. No one could argue with the giant fish, neither the Black Sea dogfish sharks, nor dolphins, nor Caspian seals. They may be more agile and toothy, but you can't go against 1.5 tons of power. Adult belugas eat everything they can catch, from sprats and herring to their own relatives, the sturgeons. Depending on their mood, waterfowl and small mammals are also included in the menu. Even the remains of baby seals were found in the stomachs of some fish. The fish, endowed with omnipotence, lived a leisurely and measured life. The first 15 to 30 years are childhood for the beluga. At this time, she does not even think about reproduction, but simply eats vigorously and gains weight. The female reaches record fertility at the age of 100. At one time, she can spawn up to 300 kilograms of caviar. This is almost 5 million eggs. No one could argue with the belugas until people came. It is unrealistic to catch the kingfish on a hook. That's why fishermen waited for spawning. To reproduce, fish rise up to the sources. Roe and fry need a lot of oxygen, which is carried by the current. In addition, life in freshwater bodies is much more peaceful than in the open sea. There are slightly fewer voracious predators. All that fishermen had to do was set nets across the rivers where the beluga swims to spawn. And that's it, done. Bring in a tractor, take out the fish. One fishing trip requires a lot of people and preferably special equipment, but it was definitely worth it. So much meat, so much caviar. In 1926, fishermen caught a female weighing a ton. More than 200 kilograms of this weight was black caviar. There was so much of it that even dogs were fed with it. Otherwise, it would have simply spoiled. Today, there are no Titanic-sized fish, no caviar catches of several hundred kilos, no fishing itself. It is illegal to catch beluga in the wild. In a couple of centuries, humanity has almost completely exhausted the species' resources. The once mighty king of fish has today turned into a pale shadow of itself. Specimens weighing 100 to 150 kilograms are considered large. They are caught at the age of 15 to 30 years. Beluga is bred in captivity, in large net cages on rivers. The population of the entire species depends on fish farms. The genetic diversity is so low that without human help, the ancient fish will no longer survive. That is why the price has increased several times. 1 kilogram of beluga caviar costs from 150,000 rubles. Beluga is listed in the Guinness Book of Records as the most expensive fish in the world. Beluga has survived ice ages, global climate change, but, apparently, will not outlive us. Given the reproduction rate of these fish, such fishing turned out to be fatal for the species. According to various forecasts, the fish will completely die out in 25 years if no measures are taken. Today, some organizations are engaged in raising and releasing beluga fry back into rivers, but this is just a drop in the ocean.